Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Thank you very much for joining me on this sunny Sunday morning. If you're playing this morning, have a great golfing day. I wish you well. And I made a video last month about the two areas of strike, and that was ground, and this is going to be about the club face, and especially, I hate to say it, a shank. If you're suffering from a shank, I've got a great, what I call a Sunday morning swing thought. If we're playing quite soon and we haven't got the time to change our golf swing, I've got a great little Sunday morning golf swing if you're suffering from this shank. Because we've all hit one, haven't we? And it's a horrible feeling. You can lose your confidence very, very quickly. So I've got a lovely little exercise that I've given to all my clients that have suffered from a shank, who've come to me and they want to cure a shank. So just going to get the front camera set up and I'm going to tell you all about it. Right, okay everyone, so like I said in the intro, there's two areas of strike. There's the ground and the club face. This is all about now the club face. Now if you're having trouble hitting the ball maybe out the shank, you're hitting a lot of shanks or hitting it out the toe, this is a great little exercise, especially for the shank as well, because you can play golf hitting it out the toe. It's no fun, you're not going to give yourself the maximum distance, but hitting it out the shank here, you're just going to lose your confidence so quickly, even if you just hit one or two occasionally. So basically what is happening is you're addressing the ball and hitting it in a different place, so the club head is getting further away from you when you make contact. Now there's many videos on the channel to help that. This is a Sunday morning feeling, so I want you to kind of take this to the, probably hit a few in the net to start with, and then you can take this out into the golf course. Now any of my clients that have come to me in the past, I've had 100% record in curing shanks, and that can be within a few swings, and especially to take out into the golf course as well. So if you're out in the golf course, it can give you the wobblies big time. So there's two people, I think. There's people who like to miss something and people who like to hit something. I'll take you through them very quickly. If you put a tee in the ground, you can see from behind view, and put a ball kind of just inside it. So if you make contact with the center of the club face, you're going to actually miss that tee. So that's missing something. That to me is not as popular as one who likes to hit something. I'll go on to that in a minute. So what you can do, you can make some swings, and obviously if you hit the shank, if you come inside and you can see from the behind view there or the front view, if I make contact with that out the shank, you're going to make contact with the tee. So the feedback's going to be, wow, my club's gone further away. So what you're looking for is to try and bring this club back inside a little bit more out the toe, and you're going to be able to miss that tee on the outside. Now that's not as easy as trying to hit something. Let me explain what that means. Put a tee, and you'll probably see this from behind view now, if you put a tee on the inside of the ball, so just inside, so the further away from the ball you have it towards kind of this side, the harder this is. So just so I have it like, well, I've got it half an inch away from the end of the ball there. So what I'm trying to do now is completely reverse my golf swing. So I'm dressing the ball as normal, and I'm trying to hit that tee. So I'm going to do this without the ball so you can see. Imagine the ball is there still. So I'm addressing the ball as normal, and I'm trying to hit, when I come down to the ball, that tee with the middle of the face. Now if that ball was still there, I'm going to hit it right out the toe, which is a good thing, because it completely kind of reverses what you're trying to do, and you're trying to hit the ball out the toe end of the club. So the sweet spot is about there. You're looking for something this side of the sweet spot all the time, and being able to kind of get the club back into the inside of the ball is going to change that for you. And so the feedback's going to be, if you address the ball and try and hit that tee now with the middle of the face, you can hit the ball out the toe. Completely opposite than someone who shanks it. Okay, let's give it a go. So you can see there, I've made contact with the ball, and the tee got obliterated with it as well. So the feedback to me is I came on the inside there, so it's giving me confidence. Okay, same again. Tee just inside. If it's too difficult to do with a full swing, do little half swings to start with. I've got a 7-iron here, so we're just changing the plane. You're changing the way the club comes down to the ball. And you can see there, I've actually made contact with the tee and the ball as well. So to me, my feedback is I'm absolutely miles away from the shank area. Out on the golf course, if you're just hitting it out on a bit of grass, you can address the club as normal and focus on the blade of grass on the inside of the ball, and just forget about the golf ball and just make contact with that bit of grass. You don't even need a little tee. You can put a bit of grass, which I've got here, on the mat, address the ball as normal, and then you can make contact with the ball and a bit of grass as well. Now that might take a bit of time if you're used to throwing it on the outside, but build up slow and really focus on getting this club hitting on the inside, because really what you're looking for, obviously you're looking for the club to come closer to you feeling than what it is, because obviously you're shanking and hitting it out the hosel, it's actually getting further away from you. So it's a great Sunday morning swing thought, I call it. Yes, it's not going to change your main ingredients of probably what's going wrong, but it can do, because you forcing this club in your hands closer to you, hitting something on the inside, forgetting about the ball, not only can change your confidence straight away because you've kind of taken away the this side of the club face, but it can change your technique as well. And it might take, like I say, it might take you half a dozen in the net to kind of warm yourself up and just take away the feeling of hitting that golf ball when you go out in the golf course. Focus on the inside bit of grass, really focus and really swing and try and hit that grass. Even if you hit it out the toe for all 18 holes, your objective would be to not shank it. Basically, it doesn't matter what score you shoot, just play one round without shanking the ball, and that's even like a pitch shot, a chip shot if you're struggling as well. A lot of people even still have trouble with chipping and they shank it with their chippings, their hands go further away from them. This is a great one for that as well, because it's introducing the club to come down closer to you and being able to hit it this side of the club face instead of the shank as well. Just one little final tip, just takes the rhythm off, take the speed off it. Always hit one more club than you think, because change of speed in transition can really throw your club and hands out away from you as well. So the softer and lighter you can get it, I get it, because if you hit a shank you're going to get tight, you're going to get tense. So take the tension out of your hands, really go loose. That's going to help the club drop even more. But focus on something on the inside of that ball. It really does help, especially if you're just playing recreational golf. You can put a tee on the inside if you're playing out on the golf course. You can put something down there. But if you've got time to go to the range, I'd really encourage you to go to the range and hit 30 balls. Put the ball on the ground, put a tee on the inside. You can see I've got a big old yellow one there. It's really going to make big contact here. So you can see there from the behind view, I've got that yellow tee on the inside. I'm going to address that ball as normal. I'm not going to address the yellow tee. I'm going to address that ball as normal, and now I'm going to focus on hitting that yellow tee out the middle of the face. So I'm going to hit it so far out the toe it's ridiculous. Okay, let's go for it. The feedback should be, if I hit that out the shank, I'm going to miss that tee. If I hit it out the middle, I'm going to hit the tee, or the toe, I'm going to hit the tee. So if I hit it out the shank, I'm going to miss that tee. So the secret is I want that tee out the ground. And there we go. That proves to me now, my feedback is, now I've brought that club closer to me. That's going to give me confidence out on the golf course to not shank it. Just before I go, one final little tip to allow this club to come dropping on the inside. Just give yourself a little bit of room. Don't stretch too far, but if you're standing too close to it, there's no room for this club to come down, so you're going to come over the top. It's never going to work. So I like room. You can see with my shots here how much room I've got here, because the club and your arms want the room to drop down. That's a great little swing thought to end on. Right, so remember, not all coaching is all about mechanics and trying to find the perfect golf swing, because sometimes we've got a game in half an hour or 5 minutes, and you want to try and take something out on the golf course, and strike is one. If you're struggling with this shank, it's going to be a dreadful thing to take out on the golf course. It's going to be demoralizing and you're not going to want to play golf. So this is a great one to fix straight away. It takes a bit of commitment, takes a bit of courage, but in my experience it works. Take a bit of pace off and let this golf club be your friend, a bit of room as well. Okay everyone, so like I said, coaching isn't all about mechanics. It's about giving people these kind of Sunday morning swing thought, I call it, because you haven't got the time to change. You need a result, you need something quick. Okay, if that's you and you're playing golf this morning or this afternoon, have a great golfing day. Hope you enjoy your round. And if you are, please let me know where you're playing and how you've got on. I'd love to hear from you, even if it's just random. I'd love to hear where you are playing in the world and what golf course you're playing at. I'd love to hear from you. Okay everyone, so I hope you're enjoying these daily videos. I'm really enjoying posting them daily. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself after July. I have to think of something else. So yes, I really hope you're enjoying it. And if you are, and if you haven't subscribed already, I'd love you to consider subscribing and be part of this growing community we've got here in the Academy. From a sunny Sunday morning, we bid you farewell. Have a great golfing day if you're playing, and we'll see you tomorrow. For myself and a very sleepy Trev in the house, we'll see you then. Cheerio.